Good evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. Welcome back again with another live show on the channel. It is the live fan reaction show. This is your opportunity to come and have your say on the game, whether you come on the show or you take part in the live chat. Either is absolutely fine. Aston Villa 4, Newcastle United 1. An absolute shit show that was from us today, unfortunately. We got absolutely dominated by Aston Villa today. They were well up for it today, and we were just unfortunately not at it today, unfortunately. And we got an absolute hammering today, I'm afraid. Mason, how are you feeling after that?
Quite pissed off, to be honest. Well, no, it's only one game and that.
Do you know what? It's one game. We've just come on. We've just been absolutely, totally took apart today. Hopefully, it's a one-off, and we go again against Ipswich next Saturday. Is all I can say. That's what I'm going to say. Is we go again next Saturday. I mean, yeah, it was really bad. It was all really, really, absolutely horrendous today. But you know what to do, guys. If you enjoy the show, please do remember to give us a thumbs up. It's really important we get the likes so people know where to find us in the search results. Do smash those likes. If you enjoy the show tonight, please, of course, if you are brand new at the channel, or if you're not yet subscribed and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, please hit that subscribe button. Completely free to do so, and it does help make the channel grow. And of course, please hit the bell notification. It does let you know whenever your live show takes place, or a pre-recorded video gets uploaded as well. So that notifies you what comes out on the channel week in, week out. So again, please do hit the bell to make sure you're up to date with the content that you do not want to miss at all. And if you want to give a donation, feel free. If you want to become a member for 99p, hit the join button and you'll be included in the prize draws we do as well. Link is pinned for you to have your chance to have your say if you'd like to come on. It'll just be one by one. And we'll get your thoughts if you do want to come on for the show tonight. Let's snip into comments. Do we need to talk about that Sheriff shite? Terrible the day, choppy, unfortunately. Brian says, learn and move on. 5 wins in a cup. I'll take that. We were awful today. We ran out with steam, and don't get me started with the Trippier crosses. We need to pinpoint those out today as well because those were rotten today. The set pieces were absolutely stinking from us today. Absolutely stinking, unfortunately. Well done, Aston Villa. They played well. Watkins should have had a hat-trick. Do you know what? He was very unlucky not to get a hat-trick today. He could have had one. Coffee, good evening. I missed most of the game as I was at Easter Vigil Mass. That's doing Coffee. Can't understand how after a fine win we don't turn up. It's one of those games, Mick. It was going to happen. Unfortunately, it was going to happen. Evening, lads. No complaints in terms of the result. Should have been 7-1. Just shows how far away we are from competing for the title. Villa completely dominate us for 90 minutes. We move on. Absolutely, David. I don't like to blame referees because we know they are absolutely shite, but he was garbage today. Villa 12-man played right into their hands. Exactly that. How would some of those Villa players escape with yellow cards for diving?
Couldn't tell you.
We desperately need a new centre-back with real pace. Trip, Share and Burn chasing shadows today, sadly. Yep. How do our crosses and corners end up as goal kicks? They were terrible. Nothing was coming off the trip here today with those set pieces. There just weren't. Everyone is going to drop points, says Brian. Absolutely off. Good evening, Philip. Truly abysmal from the turn it was today, unfortunately. Yep. Gillett, the worst referee you can get. Yeah, he was shocking the day. Villa is in trouble this summer anyway. They have to sell because they're a 90% turnover. Ollie Watkins would be a lovely replacement for Wilson, says David. He's a cracking player, Ollie Watkins, to be fair.
Wilson is finished. Sorry, he's finished. I've had enough of him.
Finished. What can you say? Villa done everything we didn't. Their bench was quality, by the way. Our depth is shocking and each sorted. Villa had the luxury to make chances today and not weaken the team. Totally agree, Paul. Bruno completely lost his head. Do you know what? Bruno had one of his really bad games today. Isak was terrible today, Mason. His touches and his passing were all over the place today.
Fortunately, it has been an off day.
Murphy didn't have a great game today. I mean, do you know who I thought did have another good game today? Harvey Barnes.
He did always.
I mean, did well for the cross to find Shea at the back post. But our defence just got completely outran today, Mason, as well.
They did. And I think some of them players need to be gone in the summer.
Yeah, we know who needs to go in the summer. Wilson didn't look interested at all. Not good enough anymore. He's finished. He is. Got to give credit to Emery. Haven't seen any other side get the better of our midfield like that. Villa, they've only lost one home game this season. They've done well, fantastically well at home. Big Joe was okay. Did give the ball away a couple of times.
Sorry, David. I disagree. I thought he was shit. Constantly giving the ball away all the time.
Barnes, Tino, the only two players that were decent enough. Yeah, I thought those two were fine today. Osama went. It has to be fantastic. Absolutely, it's funny, because when we lose, it's normally due to nearly the full team playing. So Paul Wise always most of the match having an off day in the same match. Yeah, I know. Let's get Lewis in, so we may as well get his thoughts on the game. How well, Lewis? I mean,
oh, Mason, change that now.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I mean, Lewis, just a completely, unfortunately bad day at the office today.
Yeah, awful. Pretty much. I had the football on the downstairs TV. On my iPad, I had the F1 qualifying on. Basically, when the fourth goal went in, I said, oh, screw it, I'm going to watch the Formula 1 instead. It was that bad.
I mean, the first goal, Lewis, it's a bit of an unlucky deflection off Shea, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
But why is no one coming in to challenge Watkins for that ball?
I have no idea. Literally, when that goal went in, basically 35 seconds up there, saying, right, we're not bothered with this anymore. Literally, we did nothing in that game. And Gillett, even though I liked him at the start when he came in because it was a new referee coming into the Premier League, he's now got worse.
I mean, it wasn't the referee's performance why we lost the deal, Lewis.
No.
How did some of those Villa players escape bookings?
I know,
particularly for diving.
The stupid thing is, they got free kicks for diving as well.
Yeah.
You go like, it's if this feels bad because if we won this game, we'll be only 1 point behind Arsenal.
Yep. Across the two Villa matches, it's 4-4. Not much between both sides when both playing at their peak, but today we were off it. Yeah, we were.
Mm-hmm.
People are criticising Tyndall. Unfortunately, it's not his fault. The subs were bad, but what else could he have done? Absolutely, Brian. What else could he have done?
We've got nobody to bring off the bench. Apart from Gordon.
Yeah, Aston Villa deserve that with outstanding performance through 9 Emery masterclasses. Yep. Joe Linton absolutely rubbish today. Pass and body, Longridge all wrong. It was one of his off games today. They hit the post 3 times. We so lucky it ended only 4-1. Everyone is going to drop points this season. We will bounce back against Ipswich as Geordie. I believe we will as well.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Ramsey to save Cardiff. Mason.
Nope.
There's change needed for the next game. What changes would you make, though, Choppy?
Exactly.
What changes can we make?
We've got nobody. Thanks, PSR. This proves the point, doesn't it?
Villa should have scored more than just 4 goals. Yep. There was never a turnaround in the match, though. We played the same way all the way through. Couldn't get the ball for long periods. Players running straight through the middle of us. This is crazy, yep. Kieran Trippier, dreadful today. Set pieces were tried. Get him off set pieces. Give that duty to Livermento or Bonds or even Tonali. We can't keep the same start 11 next week after 11 after week. We were always going to get found out today, and today was the day. Who do we drop, though, for next week, though?
I'll give Gordon a chance to come back in.
Sometimes, despite winning every week, you have to freshen up the starting 11. These lads were always going to run out of steam, and this was the one game too much. Yeah, Osula, you just wonder what more can he do to get? I don't get it at all. Why are you bringing on a striker who's pretty much Wilson's? He's absolutely finished.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs to go in the summer? Well, Wilson. Longstaff.
No, hang on, Longstaff. If we get Champions League, we need to keep him.
I would rather look for someone else.
Oh, because if we lose Longstaff, we lose a place in the squad for the Champions League.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Kraft at right back in place of Trips. Talks of, we can't be giving Wilson a new contract.
No.
Why? I mean,
could he be classed as a homegrown player?
No, we don't need to be doing that. Ursula needs to be coming off the bench. Exactly. Sir Longstaff, promote youth, says Coffee. Exactly, promote the youth. Thought Watkins made Trips and Chair look bang average today. Lack of pace exposed big time. I mean, it was a good cross from Harvey Bonds to find Chair at the back post, Mason. But again, just after our defending, just today, Mason, was just absolutely all over the place.
I think it'll show you if you compete next season, we need to go and get much better centre backs and younger ones as well.
Yeah, we know we're going to have to go now.
What's a Ukrainian laddie from Bournemouth?
Houston.
Because we've been linked with him as well.
Yeah, we have.
I'll tell you what we can do. Why not in the summer break PSR rules and just do that?
Well, either that, you face a points deduction, Lewis.
But break PSR rules, but like over the 3-year period, space them out in payments.
Well, but allow that, we'll get a points deduction probably, Lewis, because the Premier League don't like us.
Exactly. But if that's the case, then take them to court.
How was Mourinho today? Today was one of his off days, Coffee, I'm afraid. If he had Van der Ven, the space centre back, we would be elite in defence. Jacob, virtually non-existent today. We have experienced players, yet that was Villa men against NUFC boys. Unfortunately, it was. But, Lewis, second off, just complained, just absolutely turned into an absolute nightmare.
Nothing happened, literally.
I mean, how the hell is that their left back got all that space just to run into the box and just manage to get a shot away?
I know it's like it looks like they had like 15 players on the pitch. We had 10. That's how open it was.
Absolutely, and the fair goal. I mean, it's just an unlucky deflection off Burn, that one.
Goes down as an own goal.
And
but I still don't understand how we didn't get most free kicks and a penalty in this game.
I don't think there was no penalty. I would have thought, Lewis. PSR not an issue. We haven't spent a penny in the 2 years. Well, unless we're restricted to spending. Hopefully not this time. Do you think Isak's fit? He should be. He just had one of those really off games.
To be fair with Isaac, he hasn't looked like himself for the last couple of games.
I thought we had the best midfield three in the Prem until I seen that today. It was going to happen at some point, Paul. Everyone's going to have an off day, unfortunately. I ain't happy Pete really missing Eddie's leadership today. Not going to blame Tim Delore. They are doing their absolute best. Villa just had a game plan to win today, and they just come off they just came off for them today, unfortunately. But the fourth goal, Lewis, I mean, it's just an absolutely cracking strike.
Yeah, you can't save them.
I mean, some people are blaming Paul for the goals today. I mean, what's he supposed to do with those?
The fourth one, you can't do anything with it.
Need Eddie back, might be able to win easy games against the likes of Man United and Palace without him, but games like this shows you need a manager. The thing is, Lee, Eddie will only come back when he's ready, when he knows he's well enough to come back. He's only been discharged from hospital yesterday. He's going to want plenty of rest at the moment.
Yeah, but to be fair, the club did say after the game they're going to release a statement and see how Eddie is.
I don't want people to come out. I don't want people to come out. People should be coming out and saying that Eddie should be back for next week. Eddie will only come back when he knows he's well enough.
I think if I was in charge, I'd say to Eddie, just stay off for the rest of the season.
Yep. Even if that were, do you know what? If that's going to get Eddie better, fair play.
I said this. Why not? Because a player has a couple of Newcastle players have boxes. Why not say to Eddie, go to one of the boxes?
Felt bad for our fans that travelled to Villa Park to witness that. It was just people need to realise Emery is a world class manager. He could exploit every team's weakness he can. That's a bit strange, that one. Saying Tyndall's are wrong, and I mean, come on, what's he supposed to do? He's only there to take care of the team while Eddie's recovering from his illness.
Yeah, there goes Tyndall's manager of the month for one nomination.
Well, if it is, but to say Tyndall's are wrong, and I mean, no, how way.
Oh, God, I just seen their 4th goal again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cracking strike. Can't blame Paul. You cannot blame Paul for the goals at all, Philip. You simply can't. Simply can't. Tyndall has won 2 out of 3 games, scored. Exactly. It was just a bad day at the office today. Well, the set pieces today, Lewis, were absolutely god awful from Trippier. Why did they not let someone like Tonali go and take it? Trippier should have been off them set pieces, particularly after that 3rd corner.
Oh, I don't understand what's gone on today with our team.
Trippier says, it's one to forget about. Yeah, do you know what? I believe we'll bounce back against Ipswich, and I believe we'll trounce Ipswich next week. I believe.
Yeah, but the only thing is, remember, we don't do good against relegated teams.
Lewis, look what we've done to Leicester. We've trounced them twice. We did it at home. We did it in the first half of their place.
But if
Southampton, we've done the double over them, even though first goal, but second half, the away game, we absolutely beat them.
But to be fair, Southampton were not relegated by then.
Not true. But basically, look what we did. Look what we did to Ipswich at their place.
Mason.
Yeah, Jason Tyndall for trying his best he is trying his best.
We were speaking to you.
By the way, it was tonight. Tielemans. Do you know, Tielemans was fantastic for them today. I said last week how we'll be back until next season. If he doesn't come back, he doesn't come back. He only comes back when he's ready. I mean, before you go, Lewis, because could you give who did you say was the best for us today?
Oh, I'm going to give it to Shaw because he scored the goal for us.
Oh, I thought Cher's defending was off today, unfortunately.
I know, but there's no one. It's literally that.
I think there's only 2. I could think it was probably Livramento or possibly Barnes for the cross.
Yeah, but it's one of those games, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, no problem, Lewis.
See you.
Thank you. We'll see you again soon. So that was Lewis. Shib, 2 still above Villa in the table. That's it. We're still above them. The fact is, Mason, as well, even if the fact is we won't drop out the top 4 this weekend. That's a positive. We don't drop out the top 4. I can't stand it when we fall apart like that. It was a big game, and somehow we let the pressure overwhelm us. No one had a good game at all, Chris. No, they didn't. I can't think of player of the match for Newcastle, says Choppy. Yes, we'll get you in a moment, Chippers. Big reason we don't let Tonali take corners is we need recovery pace against counter seams. But Shadi, if Trippier's corners are absolutely pathetic, which the way of the day, someone should be pulling them off them and letting someone else take them. It's very difficult to pick a man of the match for me. Paul for me, because Villa. Do you know what? Villa could have had 7 and Paul had to pull off some good saves as well. He really, really could did. Villa plays City next. Draw suits us. Do you know what? That'll be a good game to watch as well. Because that could determine. That means if Villa win that means City could go away from the top 4. I mean, that one's at Villa Park, isn't it?
Etihad.
Oh, it's at Etihad. What was the score in the home game this season?
Villa 1-2-1.
That's right. Because if you could take the corners that he puts in those crosses, he probably could. Are you glad seeing Gordon doing enough to get back at the start 11? I want to see much more from him. I'm not sure. Gordon still looks a little bit rusty for me at the moment. We will drop out the top 4 with another performance. It's like that. Yeah, we will. Hopefully, it's just a one-off. Tyndall's give them a rocket up the bum and says, right, you're getting your Rosses into training. You're coming into training first thing on Monday. I believe they'll probably have unless he just call them in tomorrow, but we'll wait and see. But he'll call them in first thing on Monday easily. City have easier fixtures for last games. Hopefully, Fulham will do us a favour. I think we're still above Chelsea in terms of points. I'm sure we are. I think Fulham will beat Chelsea. I'll be viewing that flash. Gordon needs game time. Gordon looked tired and rusty. He did. We'll get Chippers in now. Here he is.
That was fucking pathetic, that. I said last night, right, I don't mind losing, but when you don't even bother turning up or putting a performance in, that's fucking pathetic. It's pitiful. It's embarrassing. From the first second we weren't at that game, we were still on the tarmac at the bloody Newcastle airport before flying down there. 30 seconds and we concede a goal. 30 seconds. And then we never even got back in the game at all. We scored, but we didn't deserve to score.
I mean, the first goal they scored, it's an unlucky deflection it's an unlucky deflection off Shea.
It's unlucky, but where's the midfield? Tonali clears it and there's no one picking the second ball.
A poor clearance. It is a poor clearance from Tonali.
It's just embarrassing, and then we'll get the half-time 1-1, you think, second half we might do a bit more, and he doesn't change it, and then we'll concede a goal, then he changes it, and you just think, you're doing far too late there, Tyndall. Be proactive instead of reactive. You could have changed it before the goal, because you could see it was coming, because we just, again, didn't come out the second half, and just schoolboy errors from the whole team. Fabian Schär should have been sent off in that first half. He was so...
Do you think that was a red?
Yeah, Watkins was through 1-on-1. You can't say it wasn't.
I think that maybe they're not putting to work because I think Paul would have got there.
Well, I mean, either way, I've seen them given it, but he was shambolic again today as a centre half. His passing was a liability. He couldn't pass to a black and white, well, whatever shirt we're playing today, black, white, away shirt, whatever. And then the third goal, his pass just straight to a Villa player and the score from it. That's pathetic. The set pieces we had today, shambles. Not even the Kieran Trippier's abysmal. Didn't even clear the first man, half of them. And then the other half went out of play. Surely we've got more than one person that can take a free kick in this football team. Surely. You've got Jacob Murphy, who's got, and Barnes, who have been getting assists left, right, and centre. Can none of them take a free kick or a corner, like? What do they do for set pieces in training? Do they just not bother fucking practicing them, like? It's just pathetic. I mean, just too many of our top players bottled it today. And they've kept saying, seeing the likes of Bruno, we want to play for Champions League and for Newcastle next season. Well, where were you today? That game needed you today. That game you could have literally said, you know what? I'm playing against a Champions League rival. I'm stepping up here. I'm the captain. I'll get with the win. No, you just went hiding and you probably will look you stay on the pitch second half because you just lost your head completely.
He did lose his head, Bruno.
Bulletin, nothing. Just weak as out in midfield. Isaac, abysmal, but he had no service in what strikers don't do.
No service.
No service. I do not know what the hell that game plan was today. I just don't know. Someone please enlighten us. I just don't see. I just don't know what our plan was today. If we were going to do that, why didn't we play a back five? Play a back five today.
A lot of people say that Watkins is not a good striker. I'm sorry, I totally disagree. I think Watkins is a brilliant striker.
Good, but our two centre-halves have got a combined age of 60-odd-year-old and pace against in Asian defence wins all day, and that's the problem. Our two centre-halves are too slow against that sort of opposition. And hopefully Botman's back before the rest of the season because, honestly, he's needed.
I mean, he'll not start, though, Botman. I don't think he'll start the remaining games, unfortunately. He might be back next week. We'll wait and see. I mean, you're just hoping it's just one of those games, Chippers. We've put this game, we forget this game now, and we turn to our focus to Ipswich and we'll bounce back.
I bloody hope so, because Ipswich is a game you need to bounce back in, a home game against a team that looks like it's going to get relegated.
Well, yeah.
So I just hope would get out the system straight away. And I'd have them in the training ground 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, mate, to get out the system because that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Simple as wasn't good enough. If you're wanting Champions League football, we've set standards, and that was well below that standard. So,
see, the fact is, Tonali also had no support from that clearance as well.
no, but where was the defence doing? Why was Tonali clearing it? Surely a centre half.
You know what? Absolutely. I mean, the referee was terrible the day, Chippers. But how are some of those Villa players escaping bookings for diving? I'm surely if you are diving, you get yellow carded for it. Jarrod Gillett was just happy to keep his cards in his pocket.
Well, you tell me. Some of them went to the Watkins penalty shot went to VAR, and you clearly see he dived, and yet surely VAR should be intervening saying he dived, book him. But I'm not going to go on about that because we didn't deserve anything from the game anyway. So.
Yeah, Burn back off so much afraid of Watkins' pace today. We need to sign pace in defence. That's what we need to work on. That's what we need to do next season. Changes probably wouldn't have made a difference. Too many players underperformed the day. I mean, look at the players we're bringing off the bench as well, Chippers. I know we've got Gordon, but Gordon's is rusty at the moment. Callum Wilson, sorry, it's time he's gone at the end of the season.
Just shit. They need replacing. Just need replacing, upgrading, simple as that.
Yeah, Phillips says to remind him of that loss in 2007, 2008. I remember that game as well. It's a very one-off, very bad day. Still in pole position for top 4. Don't dwell on it too much. We won't fall out of top 5. It was like a pandemic.
We might have midweek if Villa or Man City win, and if Forest win as well.
Well, we'll still be in top 4 after this weekend. I know we will. Because there's definitely a couple of games on in the weekend during the week, is there?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I wonder. Are they just games in hand?
No, I think it's it's because of the FA Cup next weekend.
That's right, the FA Cup. That's right.
We'll play them midweek, right?
So we'll still have a game on them too. On one of those.
That means we've got to be Ipswich. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. It was unbelievable how many times Martinez took a goal kick and it went straight down the middle between the midfield and the defence. Absolutely. Joe Willock, I really appreciate what he did for the club in 2021, 22, 23, but not good enough. Willock, I'm not I think there's still a player in Willock. Longstaff should be out the door way ahead before him. It's still been outstanding few weeks in terms of results. Wishing Eddie best of all health and a week of recovery for our lads now before a very winnable game. Yep. This summer windows need to be a brilliant one. Like if we want to push on next season's squad depth is still short. That's what we're still lacking is the squad depth. A popular opinion, Villa have started squad than us. We have a better starting 11 when fit. Squad rotation and bench was the difference. Yeah. Villa had the quality off the bench. We don't. It's a good first, but nothing in reserve. I mean, people put I've seen some people will as well, Chippers, put the blame on Nick Pope for the goal. What's he supposed to do with those?
Well, Porto Day could have been a lot worse. So I don't get what.
I think he kept that from going even higher.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to have to shoot because my takeaways just turned up.
Oh, no worries.
Chippers, what did your mum want? What did your mum want when Watson scored?
Ask him what
the score was. Shut up.
Ask him what the score was.
Yeah.
Any
man of the match today, Chippers, or no one for today?
Probably just going to edge it on Barnes because he got an assist and he's done his job.
It was a good crossing from Barnes, and I'd happy to still keep him in the side. Yeah.
Can't really give it anything else.
Looks like Coffee's interested to know what the takeaway is tonight.
Matty D's.
Well, fair enough. Anyway, Chippers, we'll see you later. We'll see you back soon. See you later, man. So that was Chippers.
Same always, boy.
We'll keep going just for a little bit longer. And David says Pope kept the score down the day. Yep. Lewis Smiley should have got an opportunity today off the bench. Could have done. Bruno, I know we were losing the game, but I think Bruno should have been taken off. He was really, really that close from getting a second yellow. Yeah, I lost count how many Pope saves today. We just need to move on from this game with a better performance. And exactly, Philip. That's what we need to do now. I'm off now, guys. No problem, Philip. Take care. Again, we'll still keep going a little while longer. If you want to come and have your say on the game, as well. This is why we do the fan reaction shows, to let you have your say, not just about us. Of course, me and Mason will be doing our match review and player ratings show tomorrow as well. Kraft is a better defender than Cher. We know Kraft should have played some games where Fabian Cher was really, really down tooling. But again, it's just a one-off we've had today, unfortunately. Isak not quite. Ball control sloppy was terrible the day from Isak. His ball control was really, really off it. David's man of the match, Pope and Barnes. Yep. Pope kept us in it. Barnes, great crossing. He did very well. There was a time where Tino, I've seen a couple of times, where Tino should have played Barnes in and he didn't. All right, lads, that was fucking awful. So cynical, Jim.
I think it shows you what we need investment in the summer, because Villa.
Don't worry, Jim. I'm still on the verge of trying to get your thingy sent out to you as soon as possible for you, matey. So don't think I've forgotten. I'm still getting a goal scored for you.
Because Villa have had an investment over the past couple of windows, and look what's up. It works for them.
Tito's cross, it did go off for a goal kick, didn't it? Not our day-to-day says just going to beat Ipswich, absolutely. Do you think Isak has looked good for the last 4 games? I think he's been away. He hasn't looked that good in the past games. Particularly at the beginning of the game against Palace, he struggled to take those opportunities. Man United, I thought he was good against Man United in terms of the work rate. Very quiet against Leicester, I thought, as well. Mason down the wing next match. Okay, no, but no, that's fine, Jim. As I mentioned, I am still getting it all sorted out for you. Sky saying we have 80%, 85% chance. That's still high.
Exactly.
That's still high. That's still an opportunity to get in the Champions League.
We've got a chance. But what they said, we've got 5 games to go. And we've got a chance. We're practically in Europe.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
But look at the games we've got next. We've got Ipswich.
Yep.
Who else we've got after that? Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Everton.
Yep.
Have I got that right? Because I was just thinking of it.
I think all the talk of best striker in the Premier League is affected Isak. Hopefully it hasn't. I think we'll finish 4th or 5th. We are guaranteed Europa League at best. We are going to get to Europe next season, no matter what competition it is.
But look at the teams. We've got Ipswich, who are out of form.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea, Brighton, who got before 2 up Brentford today. Chelsea have been out of form lately.
Yep.
Arsenal. If he hit and missy, Everton going well. I know they got beat off Man City today, but they've been hitting on form recently.
Wilson should never have come on. Was crying out for Sulis pace. Exactly, Jim. Exactly. But are we ready for Champions League next season? It all depends on the summer transfer, how well we do in it. We need to replace Longstaff and Wilson in the summer. Well, 2 of those definitely need to go. Ipswich, Chelsea, and Everton are must-wins. We can beat those 3. Have the same starting 11, play 3 games a week with the tickets. It can do, but we just don't have the rotation coffee at the moment. I know as I mentioned we got Gordon, but Gordon's going to be rusty at the moment. Who else do you play? That's all I.
Where was that Sean Eve today? But it's easy to give him a chance today.
Well, was it on the bench today, was he?
No.
I believe it'll be the same starting 11 next week. I believe it will be. We'll have a week to get prepared for Ipswich.
You will.
See, Ipswich have got to play Arsenal tomorrow.
Because if they get beat tomorrow, they're done.
They're definitely down.
Yeah. It's on Sky. If you didn't listen to ones, they said if we get beat them out, relegated. Same with Liverpool. No, sorry, same with Leicester. Sorry.
We could have given our youth a chance when we're comfortably up against Palace's Coffee. Hate Count Dracula, aka Emery. Emery's a cracking manager. You can't take out away from him. He's a good manager. He's a really good manager. He's won trophies as well. So he's won trophies. I mean, you see some people going over the top as well, and there's so many of them. It's just this one game. It's just this one game.
Need.
Yes, we were shocking the day, and that saying how it is fine, but some are going over the top saying, "Oh, let's get Tyndall out." I mean, really? Come on. We need Spurs to do us a favour on Monday. We'll still be fourth, though. That's what I can say, Jim. We'll still be fourth in the table. If we're fifth in the Mags, Spurs win the Championship, we'll be I'm not sure. Unless there might be a game, unless we might have to play is it one of those qualifiers? I'm not sure.
But look up people complaining. We got beat 4-1 at Villa. We beat them 3-0 on Boxing Day.
We did. The fact is, Villa are unbeaten at home since the beginning of the season.
We beat them 5-1 last season, 3-1 a day. We've battered them for the past 3 games, and they've done the exact opposite.
They've done it to us tonight. They've had a game plan tonight to beat us, and that's exactly what's happened.
I think as well, it's helped them.
The Champions League is still it is guaranteed for 5th. So,
but the fact is, right, they've had benefit of the doubt. They've invested in they've signed their lad from Dortmund, Rashford, who else? And Sensio. We signed fucking nobody.
We didn't.
It just shows you. That's what we need in the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people may be over the top, but I think it's more anger at the performance after setting such good standards. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. It will be like that. It will be like that. Or they wanted us to go on the rest of the season. I mean, Villa was one of the hardest games out of this remaining games that we've got left of the season. It was always going to be one of the really harder games. Is all I can say. We've just come unstuck tonight, unfortunately. I'm not letting it get too much. I believe we will definitely bounce back. Ipswich won't have the quality to stay in the Premier League. They're down, but they'll have nothing to play for. Ipswich will have nothing to play for if they are relegated tomorrow. We still have something to play for. Yeah, it was like that in away Coffee. I mean, that was a poor game. You've just got to say we got beaten and totally out-dominated by the better team today. Nothing we can do about it today, unfortunately. But do you think Mason, it's time to start taking Trippy off corners now?
Yes. Have to.
Something it's not working. Something is not working with those corners at the moment. All the corners today, he was taking the day. What?
I think he's only taking them with Lewis. I think he's only taking them with Lewis Obi knows.
Possibly, but why can't someone be given an opportunity of them? I don't understand why. Bruno hasn't he taken corners before? I'm sure he has.
I think so.
Villa played us at our own game, and I don't think the team ready for it. I think they got comfortable beating lesser teams, possibly. People need to realise Villa are a good team, especially at home. They just came off pushing the best team in Champions League all the way. Take the loss. Exactly, Phil. Take the loss and just move on. How come the corners work so well in the comfort? It's one of those, Coffee. It's just one of those. But as soon as after the third corner, Tyndall should have been says, right, yeah, you're coming off set pieces now. I'm putting someone else on them. I'm putting someone else on the set pieces now. Still got a bit of time to come and have your say if you like to come on the show. Just been saying trips off quarters for ages. Gordon Tonali to do better. Gordon hasn't been exactly good at them this season as well. Tonali should be given an opportunity as well at them, but I don't know why we're not giving them that opportunity. Because he would try and make those players work in the box to try and get on the end of the ball. Whether it's from Trippier today, we saw none of that. We absolutely saw none of that at all, I'm afraid. I mean, Mason, do you think we can bounce back next week on Saturday?
Yes.
That's what I believe we will as well.
No doubt about it.
Exactly. I mean, Murphy should take the corners, i.e. how high. Maybe not a bad idea as well, Phil. Give him an opportunity to see what he can do. Chippers, you've already been on. What's he saying? All 3 whole games, 9 points. All right, you didn't get a chance to finish. All right, now no worries, Chippers. Come on.
Yeah, it's just obviously when we take on, I didn't get a chance to explain a lot more. Didn't expect you to get that quickly either. So, yeah, it's just I don't know what our game plan was today. After 30 seconds, obviously the game plan changes, but then I didn't see anything change from us. I just saw us do the exact same as what we did the previous 30 seconds. I just don't know where we lacked any sort of leadership and discipline today. And like I said before, Bruno is our captain. I would expect a lot more from him as a leader than losing his head and possibly getting himself close to sending off. I just I've criticising them because I've praised them in the recent weeks, and rightly so, but I'm criticising them today because that was a missed opportunity, that of having 8 points on Aston Villa there. And 8 points with 5 games to go is a lot of points to have cleared of them. But instead, like I said to you last night, I wouldn't have minded had we losing and put a fight in, but I mind losing and putting no fight in. I don't know. The thing is, even though we're in the game, we weren't in the game, but we could have changed it before we went 2-1 down.
Could have done, yeah, possibly.
I think at 1-1, with an hour played, we could have broke going on then. I'm not saying it will make a difference, but I'm saying at least you've changed it.
I mean, do you think you make any changes for next week, Chippers, or are we keeping with the same team?
I really don't know now because we've lost the game.
I think it's just a one-off. I think it probably will be the same team next week. Is Gordon ready to start? Is Gordon that ready to start games at the moment? Gordon's a bit rusty for me still.
Well, I'll just see that. That's me just
There's
saying.
No way.
Ah, mummy's boy. Hello.
It's our birthday tomorrow.
There's no way. I mean, what's a good? I forgot what I was saying now. There's no way Botman comes straight back in if he returns.
Well, I hope Paul Mitchell is watching that.
And to be honest, there's no way Callum Wilson Do you know what? Callum Wilson should be playing any games now.
I said in our chat 5 realistic players to go for this summer. Right? I said Angel Gomez and Jonathan David on frees because they're free transfers. And you've got Mbeumo, Trafford, and Huijsen. Get them 5 players in. You can't say we can't not get them in. Of course we can.
Exactly, we can.
It's the end of the 3-year PR cycle in June, isn't it? So it goes again for another 3 years. It resets.
Yes, it
Why
does.
can't we go and get those 5 players in? 2 of them are free transfers as well.
Exactly, 2 of them are free transfers. Yes.
That's what Villa did last season. They got like the Tielemans and that in on free transfers, which we didn't do, which we could have done, and had them as squad players. The likes of him and Barkley. They got him and Barkley on free transfers last season, man, and we didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't. And if you think of it, I know Barkley's quite an age, but I would say he's better than Longstaff, given on what Longstaff's given.
Longstaff should be in the sun.
I'm sure Barkley had a relegation release clause in his contract, didn't he?
No, he left Luton, didn't he? Because they got relegated, so he just left.
I'm sure he had a release. I'm sure he had a release clause. If they get relegated, he can go. Somebody can pay that release clause, and he can go. That's why I read he had a relegation release clause.
You only signed a 1-year contract at Luton. That's why he left, because they got relegated. So.
Yeah, it was Pope's birthday too. He probably wouldn't have had the best times, but he's kept the score down from being higher.
You can't blame Pope today. None of the goals were his fault. He's been let down by the people in front of him.
Yep.
But like Shaw today was back to his old self, where he just didn't give a shit. Some of his passing was just liability stuff, and
the reason I think we'll bounce back, and I think we'll trounce Ipswich on Saturday, right, as well, Chippers. They might be relegated tomorrow. Well, it's part chance they can't get relegated if they lose tomorrow. The fact is, Ipswich relegated. What have they got? What have they got to play for? Nothing.
Peter,
what have we got to play for? Your top 4 spot.
I've got the list here. Who could be what one is definite. The players who be Saturday. Who could be, but the first one's out for the rest of the season. Burns, Muric, Ogbene, Phillips, Philogene, and Smorix, who has already scored who did score against Newcastle last season for Blackburn.
The thing is, though, as well,
have they gone? Have they? So you said they
no,
are they out for Ipswich? So that's a few
Where's
players
Burns
they've got missing.
Where's Burns is definite because he's done his ACL.
Apart from Botman and Hall, we've got a full strength squad, so we've got no excuses if we can't beat them next week. We're better than at Portman Road, so why can't we do it at home?
Yeah, that's we can do it at home. Do you know what? It could feel like a bit like Ipswich last season.
Sheffield United, do you mean?
Sorry, Sheffield United, where we trounced them 8-0 at their place. We trounced them at St James's Park, even though they went in front.
I don't think that these 3 teams have got to fight to stay up. I think they've pretty much resigned themselves to being relegated now, and I talk about fight. We had none of it today, and it lets me down because over the last 6 games we've shown fight, and we've obviously won the Carabao Cup, and we've praised the players rightly so. But today we have to criticise them. It's as simple as that. And I didn't want to criticise them, but you've got no choice when you put in a performance like that and you don't turn up. You deserve to be criticised, and it's all right them coming out on social media saying, "Oh, we've let the fans down," and all that. But I don't want that. I want them performing on the fucking pitch because that's what they get paid to do.
Yeah, like I says, that was a hard pill to take. Like, don't deserve Champions League won't last a minute. I'm going to say disagree with that. I'm not going to say we don't deserve Champions League. It's still in our hands.
You don't judge it at the end of the season. That's why you
exactly.
Finish.
And
at the minute, we deserve to be 3rd. We're still 3rd. We deserve to be there. It doesn't matter how long I'll be there for.
If you want to be up there after our run since the cup. But the fact is, Villa, you've got to look at Villa have been a fantastic team this season. Look how they've been there where they are.
The thing what Villa have done...
We're going to come unstuck at some point.
The reason why as well Villa have got a better squad than us is because they've sold players at the top of their game when they've sold them. I.e., Douglas Luiz was sold for 50 million. Well, has he ever been a 50 million pound player? No. You look at us, right? the season where he got in the Champions League, players like Miggy Almiron, Sean Longstaff, Callum Wilson, even Trippier could have all been sold for decent money then, and then we've got enough money to turn over and build a squad again because that was them at their ceiling. They'll not get back to them levels again, and yet now we've had to sell Miggy in January for like £10 million because just to get him off the wages. We've had to do the same with Lloyd Kelly, so. That's where we've missed the trick. We've sold players far too late. I mean, no offense to the likes of Danbury and that. They could have maybe been sold after a season and a bit here as well because they've done the job for her. They've played to the best of their abilities. Move them on. That's all you can do. ASM, when we sold him, we didn't get nowhere near enough for him. We just sold him because we got a bid for him. We should have got more for him. That's been the problem. Simple as that. That's why we haven't got a squad because we've panic sold and we haven't sold players for the right valuations.
You'd say where you finish. Michael says we won't go anywhere in the Champions. That all depends on the summer, though. Who we bring in? Who says we don't have a fantastic summer window and bring some really good players in?
But Villa played PSG, but yeah, exactly. So they should have been more. For me, they should have been more emotionally drained for the game today. We were 5-0 up after 60 minutes against Crystal Palace at home. And we had an easier game, I would say. So we should have been the fresher team today.
Can I just say as well, Chris? Can I just say as well to Chris Richards, karma hit you today, son.
Oh, you got
sent off,
cheating bastard. I got sent off today, cheating cunt.
My God. Well, Jim says to Michael, do you think we're going to beat every team in the top 6? We're not going to beat every team in the top 6.
If you look at the Champions League format now, it suits every team that's in it because you play a game every fortnight.
Yep.
That's it. And then you unless you're really, really rubbish, you're guaranteed to get to the next stages. Unlike us, who was in the group of death, you had to finish in the top 2. You don't have to finish in the top 2. You can finish in the top 3 or whatever it is that you qualify in. In fact, it's like 10 teams qualify automatically to the next round. So it's that suitable of a format that if we were now, we would have qualified to the next. We probably would have been where Villa were now.
Yeah, could have well truly been. I mean, yeah. No worries. Anyways, well, Chippers, thank you again for coming to give your last step thoughts.
Yeah, well, I'll say it's probably on Friday or whatever.
No worries, Chippers. We'll see you again. Take care, man.
See you later.
So that was Chippers giving his remaining thoughts on the rest of the game as well. I mean, I don't want to Champions League after that. That's fine. Your opinion. I would love Champions League again. Shirley would love the Champions League again. Mason.
Yeah, why not?
Shirley, the fact is we haven't spent really in the last 3 windows. Hopefully, our FFP and PSL should be a lot more better now. And who says we haven't got the club haven't got those extra sponsorships to improve our FFP and PSR? Hopefully we get some players out the door who need to be moved on. If we can get some money for them, that would be great. Exactly, Phil. Champions League means better signings. Absolutely. That season we got the Champions League, we brought Tonali in. Just a shame what happened with his suspension of his ban, unfortunately. But that's what you do. It attracts better players. It simply will attract better players. And I think the 2 players that Chip has mentioned, Jonathan David, Angel Gomez, 2 free signings.
What? You not want Champions League? Fucking hell.
I would love the Champions League. I would still love the Champions League. I just hope we don't sell the likes of Miley and still...
Michael, it's one game. It's one game. Fucking hell.
It is one
game.
It is one game. We'll battle. It just wasn't our night tonight. That's all I can say. It wasn't our night. We move on to the next game. So that's
Look
all.
at Michael. Have you seen? Villa have only lost 1 game at home all season. That was against Arsenal.
They've done well this season.
That was that was the second game this season. They've been unbeaten since then.
Yep.
The bad PSG on Tuesday night, for fuck's sake.
That just came up. The game was over. The game was just done. The game was done in France for Villa in that game.
It did.
Even Coffee says, I'm actually not too worried after tonight's result. It's been a while. It absolutely, Coffee. It's been a while. I mean, 2 months unbeaten. The last defeat, or nearly close to 2 months, the last defeat was Liverpool away in the league. That was the last league game we lost. I know we got dumped out the cup against Brighton at the beginning of last month. So, but I'm going to say just now, that game's now finished. This game tonight, that's over and done with. Yes, it wasn't our night tonight. We simply taught a lesson tonight by a team that's playing very well. And if we were Champions League, we would have turned up exactly, Mason. They played PSG. We had a week off. That game was shy. Again, it's just the one game. Let's just move on from it. Yeah, that's
I've just said as well, as I've just said, Michael, they've only lost one game at home all season.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's just the one game. We've come unstuck tonight. Villa were just fantastic on the night. We just win at it as well. I believe that'll be a lesson learned for tonight. And then we move on and we get back to winning ways against next week. We've got Ipswich next week. Surely we'll win that. After that, it's
Brighton.
Brighton are on a bit of a slump in the moment. And apparently João Pedro got sent off. So that means he could well and truly be suspended for them.
I elbowed one of the Brentford players.
I heard he was sent off for violent conduct, wasn't he?
So
Brighton are starting to slump a little bit, even though they can be a bit of a bogey team for us. But Brighton are slumping a little bit. Chelsea, I think we can beat those. Chelsea are a really funny team at the moment. I mean, Chelsea couldn't even beat Ipswich at their own place.
They couldn't even beat some fucking Polish team. And I went through it, but couldn't even beat a fucking Polish team.
Exactly. They couldn't even beat those as well. Joe Pedro got set up at Van der Vaart enough. Yeah, well, what does that tell you? You know what they're in favour of. And, yeah. And Arsenal's going to be a hard game as well, but that all depends. They might have to all focus on the Champions League. That's the only thing they're going to win. That's the only trophy they stand are winning now is the Champions League. They're not going to win the Premier League. They're too many points behind. So they might put all their eggs in that basket now. They might put all their eggs in that basket. And last game is Everton at home. We still have something to play for, and that is a top 4 finish. To finish in the top 4. That's the only thing we
could have you after goal like by the end game.
Could have done. Could well be. Julian was terrible. He wasn't at his best tonight, Lee, is all I can say.
But the fact is they'll most likely be missing Tarkowski as well because he went off for his hamstring against Man City today.
It didn't look a good one, did it? I mean, actually, I had that game on today myself. But, yeah, so there you go. But anyways, we're going to start to wrap up the show now for the fair, this one. Can't say we're beating Ipswich. They're relegated. We need to beat the teams about us to go forward, and that was Villa are 2 points behind. I believe we'll bounce back next week. I believe we will bounce back. Ipswich will not have anything to play for if they're relegated. We still have something to play for, top 4. So that's why Tyndall gets those players all in for training before the Ipswich game, and we are ready for Ipswich on Saturday. So, here you go. But anyways, that is it for the fan reaction show. Thank you just so much to those for tonight. Of course, Mason, you with being co-host. Thank you to Chippers and Lewis for coming on and giving your thoughts on the game as well. Those of you in the chat, thank you so much. And mods, we always really, really appreciate what you do as well. As always, take care, Coffee. He was on. Any plans for Easter Sunday? Yep. We will be back with our match review and player ratings tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So we will be back with our match review. This is for what I'm. So me, Mason, do more on the game.
And I feel like what I was thinking the same. It's one bastard game.
It is.
Fucking
It's
hell.
one game.
It's not
We
that
put
fucking
behind.
hard.
It's one game we put behind now, and we focus on the next game now. It's all we can see. So, anyways, that is it. So, again, we are back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for our match review and player rating show. So, make sure you do tune in and join us for that one. Me and Mason will be we're going more into depth detail of the game yesterday as well. So, if you have enjoyed, do remember to give us the thumbs up. It's really important we get the likes so people know where to find us in the search results. So, do smash the likes. Please, of course, if you're brand new to the channel, or if you're not yet subscribed, and you enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, smash that subscribe button. Free to do so. It does help make the channel grow. We're on our way to 2,400 subscribers. Help get there as soon as we can. We always really appreciate your support as always. And please hit the bell notification. It does let you know whenever a live show takes place. Our pre-recorded video gets uploaded as well. So please hit the bell to make sure all up to date with the content that we bring out for you that you do not want to miss at all. And again, if you'd like to give a donation, feel free. And if you want to become a member, it's 99p a month. Hit the join button and you'll be included in the prize draws we do. So if you're happy with that, 6 games left. Who says we can't win the 6 games left? Tonight, it was just all we win at least. Who says we can't win it 4 or 5 of those games? 4 or 5 of those games, who says we can't win those?
As I've said, Michael, it's only one game.
It is only one game. And we can win. We can win the remaining. We can try and win. We can win the remaining as well. Well, then that is it. Until then, everyone, we'll see you all later. Back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for our full match review and play ratings. We'll see you all then. Have a good Saturday night. Try not to let this get to you too much, guys. Let's just think about put that game. That game's gone now. Let's focus our attention on the next game. I know we'll be doing our match review and ratings tomorrow, but that is it. We go again for the next game is all we can see. See you later, guys. Good night. How are the lads? Have a good Saturday, guys, and we'll see you later.